Today on the channel, there is no holds barred as we take a look at the 2022 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Ultimate Edition Zeus and Rip.
The spirit of Olympian Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for a very special review today, as today we're taking a look at the 2022 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive via Mattel of Zeus and of course Hulk Hogan as Rip in the No Holds Barred 2-pack, the first ever Ultimate Edition 2-pack. But remember, for all your Mattel needs and a whole lot more, hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle to save 10%. And this will not be sold at Ringside, at least for the near term, as this will be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. If you're lucky enough to get invited to San Diego Comic-Con, you can pick this up at the Mattel booth, or on the 22nd of July, limit to 11 a.m. Central Time, 11 a.m., you can buy these off the Mattel Creations website. Always a harrowing feat, of course. Last year, Sergeant Slaughter, I know I got mine. My dad did get iced out. He didn't get his, so it's always a little Russian roulette, as we know, on some of the Mattel Creations and Hasbro Pulse websites, things like that. But everybody has an opportunity on 11/22 to pick this guy up. Want to give a special shout out to Mattel for sending this over my way for the purposes of a review, of course. So thank you, Mattel, for doing this. It is pretty humbling, honestly. It is, really, to get something like this. It's very fun, and it's definitely much appreciated. But we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, and there's a lot to look at here. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there, and we got some comparisons at the end that you know we have to do on these kind of things. So without further ado, let's look at the packaging. So first, you got two things here. Well, this is the technical outer shell. This is inside there. We'll get to this in a second, but let's look at this outer shell right here. Ultimate Edition, a very classy box, all black, got that silver right there. You got the Hulkster, or Rip, depending. We'll go back and forth. I'm sure I'll call him Hulk Hogan. Sometimes I'll call him Rip, but you know what I mean. WWE logo, and of course, Zeus with a unibrow you can set your watch to. He's not messing around. He's not getting rid of that thing. That's part of his personality. He has to have that unibrow. Probably the most intimidating unibrow in the history of the world, I think. I don't know if anybody's going to tell him to shave that, but very cool promotional pictures right there. Hulkster looks all happy. He's just going to rip them is what he's going to do. And you got Ultimate Edition on the side, a little bit more traditional red. And then on the back, you get No Holds Barred. Very 80s font there. Movie font from the 80s is what that is. And then on the top, hey, now, what's that smell? That's what Clutch said, and that's what Rip said. And some might have said it's Dookie, if you've seen the movie.
What's that smell?
Warnings, UPCs on the bottom, all that fun stuff. Off to the side, see you later. Definitely, this is packaging you got to keep. You can't be flinging this stuff. This is beautiful packaging. The packaging could be just as good as the figures here. I know there's a lot of on-card collectors. There's a lot of loose collectors. This is a set you need two. I'm definitely be needing more than one set of this. You guys know me. But now we get down to this. So you slide that out. You have this on the inside. How cool is this? No Holds Barred. There's old Zeus. There's Rip. It is like the poster from the movie reenacted in action figure form. What's there not to like about this? This is just phenomenal. If you were a kid of the 80s and you were into wrestling, man, you were all in on No Holds Barred. And I'm not the biggest Hulk Hogan guy. I'll say the Ultimate Warrior should have started in this movie. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. I'm saying it here. But you know it was a good movie if you were a kid. It still holds up for me. I don't know about you guys, but I still enjoy watching this movie. And like I said, I wasn't the biggest Hulkamaniac as a kid. I still enjoyed this, and I thought it was a cool story. And then bringing Zeus, of course, into wrestling. As a kid, you didn't understand Zeus wasn't the greatest wrestler in the world, but man, he was a formidable opponent for the Hulkster. It worked for my childhood brain. Maybe it did for you. I know kids looking back now, probably not the same, but it was a different time in the 80s, and it was a very cool time. I think we'd all agree on that. So there's the front, looking like a VHS, basically a VHS case back in the day with the movie poster on it and stuff. How about this side, though? Holy cow, is that cool. Hulkster, Zeus, nose to nose, squaring off. The fight to the death. That's what you got to do, of course. But there it is right there, no holds barred, Ultimate Edition. On the other side, straight up no holds barred. It is no holds barred. And my dad used to always play basketball with me as a kid. And he'd always say, we're playing no holds barred. And that meant it was prison rules. And that's kind of how no holds barred went. And my dad was formidable on the basketball court. As you can imagine, being 6'8", and I was probably 5 foot nothing. There it is. There it is. The more you know, the more you know. On the very top, rip 'em. Nothing on the bottom. On the back, look at this. All kinds of stuff. We got to read all this. We got a big blurb down here. We got some glamour shots. Let's see what it says on the back here. He's rough, and he's tough. He's the one and only Hulk Hogan, the international WWE star of the action-packed adventure No Holds Barred. Loaded with red-hot entertainment and heart-pounding battles, this action figure features Hulk Hogan in his first starring role as Rip, a larger-than-life champ who's been flooring some of the biggest bad guys ever to rock 'em and sock 'em in the ring. Rip goes after the brutal Zeus in a relentless battle of brawn, where anything goes, and there are no holds barred. Oh, yes. And then it gives some special thanks, little credits down there, which is always appreciated. And on the front, Hulk Hogan and Zeus in this is funny. Hulk Hogan and Zeus in No Holds Barred. Product designer, Sweaty Bill McKenna. Product design manager, Bill, the Velvet Hammer Benek. I think I said that right. Marketing manager, Action Figure Attack, Steve Ozier, getting a credit on here. Packaging designer, George G. Money Martinez, easy for me to say. Packaging engineer, Jacob the Snake Sneathan. Packaging manager, Frankie Bones Medrano. Copywriter, old ravishing Robert Rudman. So very, very cool, 2022 Mattel. Very cool to get the credits, much deserved for the Mattel team. They know they are actual fans. We are lucky as wrestling figure collectors that the property owners that design and steer this ship are actually fans of the product. That goes a long way because there's a lot of toy lines that have been up and down because guess what? It's just a job for people. This is a passion. That's what it takes. You need passion in whatever you do. I think you guys all know that by now. But now this comes off as another slip case. We're going to slip covering all day long here, so we're going to take this off to the side. Very easy, gentle. See you later. And now we get down to the VHS tape. A little bit bigger than a traditional VHS tape, but we get the idea. Very, very cool. Very awesome. Takes you back to the old video store. A lot of us rented No Holds Barred on VHS tape. Or got the pay-per-view with the steel cage match with Macho and Zeus versus Hogan and Brutus. What a time to be alive that was, let me tell you. But very cool, squaring off in the package right there. Looks awesome. Then you get the VHS kind of sticker going on here. No Holds Barred. It's the ultimate WWE action figure that collectors have always wanted, featuring advanced articulation, multiple swappable parts. Ultimate Edition figures allow collectors to capture memorable superstar moments, recreate authentic entrance poses, epic mid-match comebacks, and signature finishing moves in ultimate realistic detail with the WWE Ultimate Edition figures. Once again, 2022 WWE Action Figure Ultimate Edition 2-pack, and this is the first 2-pack we've got in the Ultimate Edition line. Man, let's continue that. Let's get an LOD, a Demolition. And I can dream, can't I? But maybe a Heart Foundation 2-pack, something like that. I think there's a lot of money on the old table for some Ultimate Edition 2-packs. But very cool there. On the side, nothing going on. You got that sticker, just old school VHS style, No Holds Barred. Nothing on the top, nothing on the bottom, and then the back looks like a VHS cassette tape. Very, very cool. Very awesome packaging right here. And then the figures do fold up in here. There is a thing. You just pull it out like so. And let's see what all the fuss is about here. Let's see what's doing in here. And we got very, very cool. How cool is that? There's the Zeus. There's the Hulkster. Rip. Squaring off nose to nose right there in the plastic. I'm going to pull these guys out. See how this works. Okay, I get that. All right. I see how this is coming. I'm picking up what they're putting down here. We got a lot going on. So this is like a little entrance stand here. You could very much easily, yes, I said that. You could use this as like a Mean Gene platform or an interview platform. Very cool. Nice cardboard. This could be reused in your Fig Fed in something like this. This does hold all the accessories, and we'll get to that here in a second. Very, very cool. This is the attention to detail we love here. We're going on and on about this box, but this is a special set we got to talk about. WTN, as we remember, it was a television network with No Holds Barred. There it is. There's the TV network. You got the ring. Phenomenal packaging. Very similar to the phenomenal packaging that we got last year at San Diego Comic-Con with, of course, Sergeant Slaughter, who once told me, what's a Nemesis Enforcer? We'll never forget that. But off to the side here, I'm going to put it over here. We're done with that. Now we're going to look at the plastic prison real quick. Then we're going to dive into some accessories. There it is, Rip and Zeus. Look at that. how cool. It's like a little box type thing going on here. We'll have to unplug them, uncut them. I'll get them cut right now while we're talking. There it is. And there it is. And we're off to the races. We'll be able to get these guys out. But first, I'm going to go through the accessories. And they are all inside here and very cool. They're not just loose. They are also in plastic prisons here. So the attention to detail is amazing on this. I absolutely love this set. I knew I would. I knew this was right up my ball and chain right off the get-go. Now, truth be told, a lot of people knew this was coming before it could. I wouldn't say a lot of people, but of course, there is, believe it or not, there is an action figure black market, and these have been for sale for a little bit on that black market. Obviously, I'm not paying for something like this that I know is coming out one way or the other, but these were out there. They were being shopped around for a little bit. But we do got accessories with Zeus. We get an extra head. We get a little collar action. Very cool there. We get 2 extra hands. Hopefully he's got fists on him. It looks like he does. And then you get the iconic jacket, a vest of Zeus. Never forget him standing on the steps to the ring in this. What a time to be alive that was. There you go. So we got those accessories. And then the Hulkster, loaded for bear on these accessories. Oh, we even got the Rip 'em hands. Look at that. First time in the line hands here. The old Rip 'em hands. He's given the rip sign. He should have carried that over into the Hulkster days. He's got the Rip 'em headband, soft goods, tearaway Hogan style shirt, of course, that says Rip 'em. He's got the old brother hands there. We got 2 holding hands, and then, of course, fisted hands. He's ready to fight with Zeus. And then we do get 2 extra heads with him. And I was curious, of course, we do have an Ultimate Edition we got not too long ago of the Hulkster. And I was wondering if we'd see reuse on the heads. And it doesn't. It's close. It's very close. I'm not going to say it's 100%. This is, we'll see. We'll compare here in a second. But there's those accessories. Now let's get these guys out of the package. Let's pop these bad boys out, I guess. Maybe. There it is. Got a lot of twist ties to get off these guys. We will get them off. We will. Oh, Zeus is tough. He does not want to come out. Very cool to get Zeus. I believe, Tiny Lister was his real name. Unfortunately, Zeus did die a year, 2 years ago. I'm not sure with time anymore. Can't remember if he died of COVID or what, but hopefully one day he does go into the WWE Hall of Fame. Is obviously not the greatest wrestler ever, but a guy that really did, I don't want to say change the business, but was an iconic part of 80s wrestling for sure. The first ever, not the first ever wrestling movie, but the first WWE wrestling movie. How about that? Hogan is caught up in all these rubber bands. Rubber Band City here, but once again, I appreciate that, holding these figures in. That's what needs to be done. All right, since I got the Hulkster in hand right now, we're going to start with him. Let's take a look at this Hulk Hogan figure. Gosh, twist ties everywhere. All right, truly an Ultimate Edition. As we know, Ultimate Edition, we get extra bells and whistles with those. Let's start off with the articulation, which is going to be the same articulation for both, so I'm not going to walk through it all on both of them, but we'll do one of them first. We do get the butterfly shoulders on these. Now, not a huge fan. The back, of course, is a little ugly in the sculpt. But when you put the shirt on, and me, like most people out there, will probably display him with the iconic Rip 'em shirt. It does hide some of that. But definitely the articulation is there. You get some super, super deep stretches compared to a traditional Elite, of course. You do get the bicep cut. Pinless joints. You guys know I love the pinless joints, and even better, double-jointed pinless joints on the elbows. Wrist tape painted on, of course, and then he's got 2 fists of fury. He's ready to throw down among the other fists right here. He does come with this Hulk Hogan necklace. Now, we've seen this with other Ultimate Editions, so that is reuse, which is to be expected. We do get the crazy-looking one on him. Can compare that to the Ultimate. It is different. It is a different head on him. The eyes are a little off, I would say. I mean, he does have crazy, coked-up eyes, some might say, on this one. But it is pretty interesting. It feels like he's saying, you know, Dookie, what's that smell? Dookie, if you guys remember that memorable point. Very memorable for a little kid like me at the time, for sure. But he does have that head. The head, of course, removable. He is going bald like the Hulkster was. Nice platinum yellowish hair going on, just like the Hulkster had back in the day. Big hula hoop and waist like we're used to with our Ultimate Editions. Now, we do get the WWE Heavyweight title in white. Ultimate Warrior-esque, of course. Looks really, really good. Of course, I love this. Anytime I can get the classic title, this is the classic one for someone like me. Always appreciate this, so that does look really good. Then we get down to the trunks, and he has the blue. Now, the patented blue from Rip, I think they went with blue in the movie, trying to make him feel different than Hulk Hogan. I actually love the blue. I would have loved to seen the Hulkster don the blue a little bit more. I always thought it looked really good against his skin color, which is, of course, a beautiful hot dog color here. He's got that hot dog tan. He's been sitting under the rotisserie thing for hours upon hours. Looks really good. They got the tan just right here. I absolutely love that. But the blue definitely looks different. It definitely looks iconic. Then the white knee pads as well. We did get a Classic Superstars, which is very close to this back in the day, but not quite this. But I always kind of thought of that one as the Rip figure from the Classic line. But very cool. Boot cut, double jointed knees, thigh cut, toe articulation that would make Todd McFarlane blush even on this one as well. Just absolutely fabulous. Let me grab some of these accessories. I want to see how this bandana looks, if I can get it out. And the bandana just clips right on. It should go inside the hair, I would imagine. Might have to play with it a little bit, but it will slide on in. Maybe it'll slide on in. I'm going to have to play with it, it looks like. It's fighting me a little bit. But we'll get it on there. But you guys know, you get the drill. But he's got the Rip 'em right on there. Very, very cool. Very iconic if you remember the movie. Very awesome. Does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? Let's see. Fits like a glove. As I said, ringside collectible stands. Discount code Kyle. Save 10%. Favorite stands in the game. Just a fabulous figure. This is what I want. It's funny, as I get older, Hulk Hogan, like I said, not my favorite back in the day, but I'm here. I'm first in line for new Hulk Hogan figures. Maybe it's just nostalgia purposes and everything. Obviously, I'm in farther first in line for Ultimate Warrior, but I'll take as many Hulksters as they can get. And I know a lot of people are kind of complaining, I'm sick of Hulk Hogan figures. No more Hulkster. Well, guess what? Put that business hat on. Hulk Hogan's going to move you some more units than Mace or T-Bar will. That's just a proven fact. And guess what? Mattel, not a nonprofit. They're here to move the needle. Hulkster, say what you want about him. He moves the needle at retail. They're going to keep up with the Hulkster figures. And like I said, I'm here for it. Now we turn our attention to the immovable object. Really, Zeus, man, I talked about it earlier, but he was so iconic to me as a kid. Just like, this is the guy that's going to take the Hulkster down. And he left the movie. He went into real wrestling because they just couldn't get along. But we know how that went. Zeus didn't change the world, of course, but was definitely an interesting character for a little bit. And I think he came in as like, what was it, Brother Z or Dr. Z or something into WCW. That was an interesting time as well. But let's take a look here. Let's take a look at this Zeus. Let's break it down. We don't need to go over the articulation. It's the same as the Hulkster. But man, this head sculpt, you give me this head all day long, I'm telling you this is Zeus. Obviously, the unibrow gives it away. But man, the crooked eyes, very iconic cross-eyed of Zeus. The big teeth showing, the mustache. The Z's on the side of the head. Back in the 80s, that was a thing. If I can dig it up one of these days, I'll show pictures. I had A's in the side of my head because I'm an Oakland A's kid. Yeah, that was in the 80s. The A's were everything. I got that in there. But he's got the Z on the side of the head, of course, to let everybody knows this is Zeus, after all. But beautiful, beautiful head here. Of course, we do get another head. We get the open mouth screaming head, which is a good one because Zeus was always raw, you know, doing that kind of thing. So you can reinterpret that in your toy collection, in your figure fed, whatever you need to do. But very, very cool. Very good movement on these joints, too. Not loose and not tight. Just absolutely perfect right out of the package. Absolutely love this. He's got the beautiful knee pads, the black with the silver on them. Besides that, he's pretty much black everywhere. We do have a belt that works the same as the title belts we've received from Mattel over the years, but it's a Zeus belt, so that is cool. That is another first time in the line thing we've never going to see or never have seen before. We do got, okay, those are free-flowing, so we do have his braces, his wrist braces. I don't know what you call them, but I remember he would use these things as a little bit of a weapon here. But of course, silver there, nice silver color, nice sculpt to them as well. He is missing his iconic chain, and that was one thing I would have liked to seen the chain, but beggars can't be choosers. We do get his beautiful, gosh, what do you even call this? Vest? Shoulder tackle, football vest, whatever. But it's a nice black vest. You got the silver piping around it. You got the nice silver gauntlets here. It is not soft goods. It is hard plastic goods, but it's got a nice weight to it, but very iconic, of course. We all remember him coming out in his entrance with this going on. Just an absolute fabulous Zeus, and I'm sure he will fit on a ringside stand as well. And he does fit on a ringside stand. But man, I'm so happy to have Zeus in the collection. This has been a top want for a lot of collectors. This whole pack right here, especially Zeus. And I really do think this is the perfect avenue to give us a Zeus figure. Ultimate Edition, always great. But what about an Ultimate Edition solo pack out at retail? I don't know. As much as hardcores like us would love some Zeus, I don't think it would move the needle at retail like Mattel would hope it to. But for San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, this is perfect. This is an iconic pack. This is going to go down in the history of San Diego Comic-Con as one of, if not the best wrestling 2-pack we've ever received. We've received a lot of cool stuff. Slim Jim Macho Man, the Sergeant Slaughter, for example. A lot of good stuff over the years. But this being a 2-pack, this one throwing it back to No Holds Barred, there is really a lot to like about this. I absolutely love this. I absolutely love this. This is the greatest thing ever. And I think most people of my age bracket, they're going to be gushing over this as well. And maybe some of you, the earlier fans, the younger people than me, maybe you grew up watching this. Maybe you've seen this. Or maybe this will inspire a lot of younger generation to watch this. So I definitely would say give it a try. How about a little comparison here against Hogan, against the old Ultimate Edition? Obviously going to be a lot of reuse between these two, but a couple of bells and whistles difference. Most notably, of course, the trunks and everything to make it different. Fabulous, fabulous. Once again, absolutely love it. And then Zeus, a guy that hasn't had a whole lot of figures, but old Jeremy back in Jazzwares, back in the day, Jack's Classic Superstars did give us a Zeus, a very iconic Zeus. We did get the chain with this Zeus back in the day. But there he is. There's old Zeus from Jack. So a lot of us will be able to retire this. I know I have this displayed with my Mattels, as a lot of Jacks can be displayed with Mattels. Little smoke and mirrors, as we like to say. But I will retire this, and I will move this into the Jack's Classic portion of my collection. As this Zeus, it's everything I wanted it to be. I'm very happy to get deep cuts like this. I hope the deep cuts keep on coming. I don't know how they're going to top themselves in 2023, but man, I'm here for it. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be here hopefully to review that one when it comes as well. What are your guys' thoughts, though? That's what I want to know. Are you jazzed? Are you pumped? Are you excited to get this? Is this something you've been dreaming of like I have for a long, long time? Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know if you're picking up one or two. I think a lot of people are going to pick up a set to open, a set to keep in box. Let me know where you guys sit on that one, and let me know your general thoughts on the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. And good luck to everybody here on the 22nd. Hopefully we can all get one of these in our collections as well. So leave your thoughts in the comments below. And you made it this far, you might as well like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell, as we're unboxing everything wrestling and everything else under the sun here. You don't want to miss a video, and one way you won't miss a video is become a member of the Patreon. Of course, you guys know about the Patreon by now, but you can get bonus videos, exclusive videos, early videos, giveaways, and a whole lot of other stuff over there on the Patreon. And you get most videos days, weeks, months ahead of time as well. And it's your best way to support the channel. Also, you can communicate with me at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. So for San Diego Comic-Con, Zeus and Hulk Hogan exclusive 2-pack, I am Kyle, and I will see you guys all real soon.